It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. I felt like I've been itching. I just couldn't scratch. You know when you have an itch on your hand and you're just like, where is it at? Can't find it. Yeah, man. It feels like that's what this has been, man. Like I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting to become champion. Ah, that's so sad. Ah, that is so just.
This is just
sad.
so right, everybody. This is just so right. You're reigning, defending, undisputed, universal, 24/7, hardcore. I can't even think of all the names. Pick six champion of the world, right here. How does it feel to sit right next to the champ?
Well, I would say I really appreciate your humbleness. You're quite the humble champion.
Yeah.
So. Welcome to Pick Six, where we cover 6 teams in the NFL, that being the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Niners, the Packers, the Rams, and of course our beloved Steelers. Bam! We're back, baby, right here on the channel, and we're going to be covering it all, Homs. So I'm excited for this. Are you excited for it?
Damn right, I'm excited for it. Football season is right here, right around the corner this Sunday. Hey, man, are you guys excited?
Hey, real quick before we get going, what's preseason to you? Does that matter to you? I don't mean is it exciting to you, but does it mean anything to you? Because I'll let you know my thoughts, but I want to hear yours first.
My honest answer to that is
college football doesn't have preseason.
Right. I didn't watch a single snap. Just leave it at that. I maybe, a couple of years ago I would watch, here and there. Last season I was a little bit more invested because KP's freshman year. This year I wasn't interested. I just didn't care.
Yeah, I probably watched like a total of 10 minutes of combined. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's rough, man. It's hard. But here's the thing. Okay. Now, this is just my observation. All right. Usually when a team does like really good in the preseason, that does not carry on into the regular season. As a matter of fact, they kind of let you down. That scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the Steelers probably had, from what I understand, the greatest preseason, and I'm just hoping we could break that curse, because I heard really good things, and the little bit that I did see, I saw some pretty damn good stuff. So break that curse. Let's go move into the regular season. But with all that, let's go ahead and let's get into some pick six.
Oh yeah. So without further ado, we actually got the oldest rivalry in the NFL. We got the Green Bay Packers walking into Soldier Field to face the Chicago Bears. Now, this isn't the same Green Bay Packer team. Aaron Rodgers with what's his name? Jordan Love at the helm. Two teams that are kind of, in a rebuilding mode. What do you got on this one?
I like how I like that. That's creative. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's a good one, man.
The champ is here, man. I had to improve. I had to improve as the champ. Okay.
Oh man. Yeah, look, just the history for these two teams going in. I think it's important for the NFL for these two teams to be, not kicking off the season, but the first game for these two teams, man, to be going at it with one another. It's gonna mean a lot for the fans. For the teams, I think it means a little bit different. They're both trying to see what they got, both see what they can really do. Ooh, man. This is gonna be in
Chicago.
Chicago, man. I'm gonna go Bears. I am, man. I'm definitely gonna go Bears. As a matter of fact, not only am I gonna go Bears, I think the Bears win with a good 3 possessions, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Packer fans. Hey, I hope I'm wrong. Man. But if I had to put Fetty on it, I'm gonna go Bears, man.
Well, let's go into a little bit of the recent history with this rivalry. Truth be told, hasn't been much of a rivalry, man.
No.
Packers have been dominating
Mhm.
this rivalry for ever since Aaron Rodgers has been on the team, really. But he's not anymore.
Mhm.
You guys already know my opinion on the Packers, how they're going to do this season. And I think the Bears are on the same boat. But I think as of right now, I lean more towards Justin Fields than Love. So with that being said, I'm going to go Bears. Maybe not by a 3-possession game,
Mhm.
but probably like maybe 10 points. You know, I expect it to be a decent game, and the Bears finally start to get, some leverage on that rivalry a bit.
Yeah, I think the Bear fans are really gonna love it because I think the Packers are gonna have a lot harder time because losing Aaron Rodgers is huge.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna take them a while to really rediscover what they can do, man. What kind of weapons they have when you lose a straight future Hall of Famer, man, a living legend, man, in the sport, and somebody like Aaron Rodgers. So. Yeah, I definitely go Bears, and I will stick with the 3-possession win. Mhm.
Bears are gonna make a statement.
They're gonna make a statement, man. I'm telling you, Bear fans, you better get it all ready, man. You better get ready to really stick it to the Packer fans and really celebrate this one because who knows how long it's gonna last, right? Just being real.
All right, next we got another rivalry which doesn't have as much.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Los Angeles Rams going into Seattle to face the Seahawks. The Rams had a downer season last year, plagued with injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And Seattle actually kind of the opposite. Nobody expected much from them. They actually wound up making the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you got on this one, man? This is a little bit of an interesting one here.
Last season going into last season, I was expecting a lot more from the Rams. The Seahawks, I'm not even really sure what to expect from them. Look, both of these teams, I'm not even really too sure what to expect from them. If the Rams are, where's this game going to be at?
It's going to be in Seattle.
Is it be in Seattle? The 12th man. Is that really going to play a factor in this one? It's still early. There's not a lot of weather. I say Rams go into Seattle and come out with the victory. I say that, man. After the letdown season that the Rams had last season, I think they really went into this one, man, really prepared, really ready, and started off with a divisional rival against the Seahawks in Seattle. I see the Rams going in there, ramming the Seahawk out, and coming out with the victory.
See what you did there.
Yeah, see.
But even when the Seahawks weren't the best team,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's always a hard time playing in Seattle. That crowd is crazy, man. Hopefully one day I get to go there, man. But like I said, I'm not really high on the Rams this year. I feel like their best football is behind them. At least right now, I feel like their best football is behind them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to feel about Seattle either, but I feel a little bit more confident in Seattle than I do with the Rams. So with that being said, I'm going to go Seattle here. I'm going to go with Geno Smith and the Seahawks.
I say it's a high-scoring game. I see a low-scoring game for one reason or another. I just see a low-scoring game. I see a pretty, not boring, but very, very average, mediocre, kind of a dull game in this one.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the game of the week.
Yeah, no. But I go Rams, man. Maybe winning by a touchdown.
I got Seattle by 14.
Okay.
Next one. Man, these are mostly division games, which that's how it should be for week one. You know,
it should.
It should be division rivalry week. That was hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the Las Vegas Raiders going into Denver to face the Broncos. Now, both teams really had a letdown season last year. I think more of the Broncos, getting Russell Wilson, everything like that. What do you got on this one, man?
Well, I have a theory on why it's hard for you to come up with words. It might be a championship hangover.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
A little tipsy on that one.
Yeah, man. Wow, man. The Raiders, son of a bastard, man. What can I say about the Raiders? I think they were somewhat of a good team. For one reason, you know what? The Raiders seem like they're 2.5, 3/4 team. It's like they can never finish a full game. That was the thing with the Raiders. Here we are against the Broncos, which, wow, I said it before. Look, do I think Russell Wilson is a pretty damn good quarterback? Yes, somewhat. But if you guys remember him in Seattle, I constantly said, look, I think he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's an elite quarterback. I just think the team was great, and he happened to be a part of that team. But I don't think if you replaced him with another, sub-good quarterback, I think they would have been a great team already. Yeah. Anyway, so is he a good quarterback? Yeah, I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I just think he was part of a great team, and he just happened to be the quarterback for that great team. And sure, being a good quarterback added to it. Is it being exposed, as people like to say in other sports, in the boxing world? I don't know, man. Maybe he's just not finding his niche there. I'm not really sure, man, but I'm not sold on the Broncos, man. I don't think the Raiders really finish. I don't think they play 4 quarters, but I don't think they're going to have to. Now, maybe this season's different. Maybe this season's different for the Raiders. And they're, playing as, the whole cliche, oh, we're there to play 60 minutes. We're there to play a full 60 minutes. Like, I don't know how many times I hear that in a season. But maybe this time they are going to finish all 4 quarters, because the Raiders have been 2.5 quarters, maybe 3/4 football team at best. Nonetheless, I picked the Raiders to go into the Mile High and come out with the victory.
Wow. Well, look, man. I think we got to take into consideration also, Raiders have Jimmy G now. They don't have Derek Carr. I think that's the only thing I could take into consideration there.
Okay.
Okay. And the Broncos now have Sean Payton as their head coach, So there are some changes going on over there. Well-needed changes, by the way. At least for the Broncos. Raiders, I don't know what's going on with them. They don't have a bad team. Like I was saying last year, they never had a bad team. They have weapons. They have Davante Adams, arguably the best in the wide receiver. See, I am stumbling over words.
I tell you, man, it's that championship hangover.
Okay, Davante Adams, arguably the best receiver in the league. Okay, Darren Waller, they have Hunter Renfrow. They have weapons and everything like that. Defense is okay, I think. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's the quarterback. I think it's more of the front office, I think, or something like that. I think that's a problem there.
It seems like every year that's what I hear Raider fans complain about, the front office. Okay, maybe that's true. What does Jimmy G bring to this?
Well, look, okay. You compare him to Russell Wilson, right?
Okay.
Jimmy G was on a really good San Francisco team. He had a great defense behind him.
Mm-hmm.
He had weapons around him.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't almost any quarterback who's in that position, wouldn't they almost look good? Almost every quarterback in that
okay.
San Francisco system.
Okay.
In that San Francisco system.
Okay. All right. So first of all, man, he was backup for Tom Brady with the Pats, man, way back when.
Right.
But here's the difference, though. The Niners were treating Jimmy G like the redheaded stepchild that they just wanted to get rid of, as opposed to Russell Wilson. I get what you're saying. You know, I mean, he was in a bad position last year. It's like it kind of sucked for him. You were on a team that didn't want you, and they pretty much let it be known. Look, we don't want you. Get out of here. We're trying to get rid of you. Go get your ball and go practice over there, because the real team right here, we're practicing. Okay, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, go over there. We're not going to let you play any reindeer games. You go over there and play by yourself, all right? We're the first chance we get a chance to get rid of you, you're gone. And he came in and saved the team.
Okay.
To a certain extent.
Okay.
All right? I'm giving Jimmy G a little bit of love, man. I think he's a dude. Look, is he going to go and change the whole culture of the Raiders? No. Look, my goodness, dog. The Raiders, look, hey, man, I don't have hatred for the Raiders or anything like that. But I'm just saying, man, the Raiders really need to change up the culture. If it's the front office, whatever it is, but you really need to change up the culture, because quarterbacks don't really want to go over there, because that's where quarterbacks go to die, pretty much. Just imagine if Aaron Rodgers really actually went to the Raiders, right? It's like, for one reason or another, it's like it would have been a curse. Just imagine if Tom Brady actually did make it to the Raiders. I would have been like, wow, man, it's going to be a curse to Tom Brady's legacy. Jimmy G, a little bit more low-profile guy. I think he brings a little – look, at the very least, I think he brings some excitement.
Okay. All I was saying is, look, you're saying that Russell Wilson was just a good quarterback. You know, I think Jimmy G is just a good quarterback. I don't think he's anything special. I don't think he led the 49ers to the Super Bowl when they went to the Super Bowl. I just think he had a great defense around him, weapons around him. You know, I'm not saying that he's the reason why they went to the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So for him to come to the Raiders, I mean, I'm not really – if I'm a Raider fan, I'm a little, you know, unimpressed, considering that they're trying to go after Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. I'm a little unimpressed. But to the game, we're getting too off course a little here. I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Wow.
I'm going Denver. I can't tell you why. That's just where I'm leaning to right now. Maybe just because it's in Denver. I don't know.
Wow. You just think they're going to run out of breath because they're so high up in elevation and the mile high?
I mean, look, I think Sean Payton's going to bring something to that team that maybe the team needs. So, I mean, I think the culture's probably better there.
That's something that is worth bringing up, man. Sean Payton, definitely one of the best coaches out there to do it. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. When was the last time he coached?
It's been a couple years.
Yeah. So, I mean, the game has moved on. I'm not saying that he's way out of touch, but look how fast the game just moves. It's like every year, every season, there's new rules, right? Like the game has changed. So I don't know how long. If anybody can let us know. I forgot, when's the last time he coached. I don't want to say like, whoa, it was back in the day. Like it wasn't that long ago. He's been around the game. I understand that, but I just think I think he's going to need a little catching up to do. So he could definitely change that team around. I just think it's going to take a little catching up to do.
All right. I think the Broncos win 16-9. So a weird score like that.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Very impressive game. But next we have a lot of these are divisional matchups, man, and I'm liking it. We have the Dallas Cowboys going into New York or New Jersey or whatever you want to call it to play the New York Football Giants. The Cowboys had a cowboyish season last year, you know, doing good in the regular season, just to lose to the 49ers in the divisional round. The Giants actually caught some people by surprise. You know, they lost in the divisional round too, but nobody really expected that of them.
Right.
What do you got going into this game? Sunday Night Football, by the way.
As the only Sunday Night Football because the Cowboys.
I have my opinion on that, but I'll get into it when we talk about the last game that we're talking about.
Okay. Uh, I don't know, man. That NFC East just seems a little boring to me. I don't know why, but look, it might become the most exciting division in all of the NFL. I don't know, but as of right now, it just stands a little boring to me. Man, I gotta tell you, man. Sunday Night Football. Where's it at?
New Jersey,
New Jersey.
because I'm being technical with it.
Yeah, exactly. The New Jersey Giants, from New York. Well, you know what? I'm gonna let you go first on this one, man.
I have little to no real view on the New Jersey Football Giants here. I kind of know where the Cowboys are going to be this year, which is the same as last year. Literally the same as last year.
Wow.
Nothing different. They do have Trey Lance now, which we'll talk about that trade when we get into that team. I don't know what they're trying to do there. I don't know if they're trying to hint that Trey Lance might get some time there. I hope he does. I hope he does. But I don't think so. Dak's still their guy for now. I'm going to go with the safe pick here. I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Okay. I'm not trying to say that Dak is injury prone, but isn't he somewhere like on that borderline a little bit of being injury prone?
He's gotten hurt. It seems like almost every year. He got hurt last year. It seems like almost every year. And you know what? The Cowboys, now they have a solid backup. Really solid
Yeah,
backup.
they do. Yeah, with Lance, man, for dang sure. Look, I'm gonna go Cowboys. Not for no real reason. What do I think of the look? I was pretty high on the Cowboys last season, if you remember. And I don't know, they kind of let me down, man. I was pretty high on them. This season, look, I'm gonna need to watch a few games. I've said it in past pick six that we've done. After week 4 is what really lets me know who's where. So I'm just gonna go Cowboys on this one for no real reason, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick Cowboys.
To me, it's just a safe bet. You know what you're gonna get at the Cowboys. They're probably gonna make some noise. Make the playoffs. Maybe get one playoff win, and then they're done.
Wow. Dang.
I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm not. I'm sorry. If you're a Cowboy fan watching, I'm sorry. But that's just what it is. Okay. Next, last but certainly not least, I don't think I skipped the team here. I'm a little tipsy, partying a lot this offseason.
Your pick 6 championship high.
Yeah. That's what I want you to think.
So this one we're covering 2 and 1.
Oh, yeah. We have the San Francisco Santa Clara 49ers walking in the Heinz Field. And yes, I said Heinz Field. I stand on that. I will always call it that. Walking into Heinz Field, going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 teams, man. 2 teams with a quarterback going into their sophomore year, facing pretty rough defenses to go start off week 1, man. That's tough. Both for Brock Purdy and for Kenny Pickett. This is an exciting matchup, man. What do you have on this one?
Why isn't this Sunday Night Football?
That's exactly my point that I didn't make yet. Why is it that this is just a normal 10 o'clock game? This is out of respect for the Niner fans too. I think we should petition this real quick.
Yeah, what the
Why
hell?
is this a
What the
normal
hell's
game,
going
man?
on here? You put the Cowboys and the Giants for Sunday Night Football? This should be Sunday Night Football right here, man.
At least the late game.
What the hell are you doing, NFL? What the hell is this? All right. Okay, so I was watching. So they named Kenny Pickett team captain, and I was like, wow, you know what? That's a big responsibility. Not really sure what that means, but nonetheless, they name him. And I was watching him being interviewed in a press conference, right? After hearing his interview, I was like, no, they made the right choice. This kid carries himself very well. I've never really heard him talk too much, but they had the cameras, the mics all up in his face, all up in his mascara, man, trying to grill him. man, this kid was very mature, answered everything correctly. I love this kid, man. And he looked really good in the preseason. Whatever that means, I don't know, man. But look, the Niners, if I were a Niner fan, I mean, damn, what a heartbreak last season on how you guys went out. I don't know. How many quarterbacks went down?
Like 80, like their whole roster. Basically, they had Christian McCaffrey throwing the ball.
Were you guys looking for like San Francisco Giant pitchers to come and be quarterback or something? Like, I don't know, man.
I thought I saw Tim Lincecum, on the sideline.
I mean, wow, what a way to go out, man. Going into that playoff game, just knowing that you really have no actual quarterback, I was like, wow, that was just sad. Wow. Look, they got a good team. The Niners do. I think the Niners can go very far this season. I definitely picked them to be the champs of the NFC West. The Steelers, look, well, I mean, Brock Purdy's, he's doing his thing. I think Kenny Pickett's going to be doing his thing, man. Kid looks good. Kid looks solid. Kid looks confident, man. I like what I saw in my boy Kenny Pickett. Defense. I mean, we've really beefed up the defense, man. Okay, I don't want to, put too much salsa on it. But, man, I'm really looking forward to a good defense, Holmes. And the Steelers have always been known for a great defense, except for, the last few seasons and all that stuff, man. But, look, T.J. Watt still leads the defense. Man, this guy, I love this guy, okay? He's my favorite player on the team. Problem with him is that he gets hurt. Last season he missed 7 games?
Yeah, he was out for a little while.
Yeah, man, like that sucks, dog, because that guy does lead the defense. Okay. Wow, what a game, dog. Before I'll let you talk about the game, then throw it back to me so I can pick.
All right. He's just that excited.
I did. What the hell are you doing, NFL? How is this not Sunday Night Football?
I don't know. And it's 2 big market teams. But look, my issue with the 49ers. What's up with that quarterback position, man? You trade away Trey Lance, which we don't really know what happened there. I'm going to assume that Trey Lance requested a trade. I would think that because, they put Sam Darnold over Trey Lance for the quarterback too, which I think we all knew that, hey, Brock Purdy's their guy. He was a rookie last year. Hey, man, he did what he had to do to win. Okay? Am I saying that he was great? Am I saying that he was perfect? No. But he did what he had to do to win. That's all that mattered until he got injured. But that's the other thing. Your quarterbacks get injured a lot. I don't know if it's their system or what.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you think it has something to do with the O-line?
I don't think it's the O-line. I don't know what it is. Trey Lance went down, week 2 last year? Jimmy G's been injury prone when he was with the Niners.
Yeah.
And then Brock Purdy gets injured, and then they have Christian McCaffrey and Tim Lincecum freaking throwing the ball out there. I don't know if you guys even know who Tim Lincecum is. He was like the Giants' #1 pitcher, like in the 2000s or whatever. But look, man, I've been asked this question, because I do work with quite a few Niner fans, and I answered him confidently. I'm like, I think the Steelers could take this one, man. And I'm a little bit bummed out that this is the first game for both teams. I would have liked it to be like in the middle of the season or late into the season or something like that, because the Steelers have had some success in the past 2 week 1s, going up against the Bills, beating the Bills, shocking them, going up against the Bengals, shocking the Bengals. It kind of made me more excited than I needed to be, because both those seasons were not underwhelming, but they didn't do particularly great. So I like what I see from Kenny Pickett. You don't really see him, posting a lot or things like that. Not really much going on there.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yes.
That's what I like. It seems like he's just focused on what
Yes.
his job is, man. That's my franchise quarterback right there.
Yeah.
That really is. And the Niners are gonna have Bosa, which is good. You know, I was a little bit concerned about the Niners right there.
Okay.
They signed arguably their best player.
Okay, let me throw this in there though.
Mm.
Okay. He has not been around the team or practicing with the team or
Right.
been around the boys or anything of that sort. Okay. So he just barely got in to their system. Now, is he a great player? Barbosa? Yeah, I just had to throw that in there. No, is he a great player? Absolutely. But you talk to any or you know, probably you don't have access to an NFL player, but I've heard plenty of NFL players say this. There's a thing of being in shape and being in game shape. And you could try to do everything you possibly can to be in game shape. You'll never get there until you're out there actively with the boys on the field. We are, 72 hours just till first snap or something like that. You know, sure, he could have got himself in shape. He could have kept himself in shape. But if it's true, what all the NFL players have said when it comes to this, that you cannot get yourself into game shape. You have to be with the boys. How much, I'm sure he's still going to be some sort, threat out there. But how much of a threat is he really going to be?
I'm going to assume he's 100%, man.
Okay.
Because what, like 2 seasons ago, the same thing happened with TJ Watt. And what did TJ Watt do week 1? He made his mark.
But TJ Watt was with the boys, though.
No.
He was around with the boys.
He wasn't practicing.
He was around with the boys, though, man. He was around with the boys.
I see it as almost the same thing. Okay. So I expect them to be 100%. As should the Steelers, you know, like Coach Tomlin said, you know, they expect him to be there, everything like that.
He did say that.
Just like George Kittle is for some reason questionable, I expect him to be there too. You know, damn, this is gonna be such a good game. I just don't feel like it's getting enough hype. You guys don't understand. I don't feel like it's getting enough hype, man. I respect the Niners as a team. I do see them as one of the front runners for the NFC.
Super Bowl preview?
I just think.
Look, okay, who am I picking? Of course, I'm going with my beloved Steelers, man, all the way. Okay, this is going to be, just matching these two teams up, man. Okay, you're saying it's a good game. Any way that's a one-sided game? Any way that it's just a complete blowout, maybe just one team just doesn't show up, doesn't mean that they're not going to do good in the season.
It would really, really disappoint me, especially if it's the Steelers that get blown out.
Yeah.
You know, if it's the other way around, I'm all hyped up and everything like that.
The Steelers do good on the road, man. This one's at home.
You know, I feel like if it was in Santa Clara, since I'm being technical this video, I feel like it would have been a little bit more rough for the Steelers.
Okay.
You know, because I'm assuming Santa Clara is a hard place to play. But since it's at home, I think it's better for the Steelers and their chances. I'm going to go Steelers, but not by much, man. I'm going to say it's like a 60-40%, man. I really think this is as close to a 50-50 game as it could possibly get. Maybe the media doesn't see it like that. Maybe, you know, sports analyst Stephen A. Smith. I see it as a 50-50 game. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you really consider Stephen A. Smith a sports analyst. He's just there because, well, you know what? If I got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I think that's the saying, right? I think this is going to be a pretty damn good game. Strong defenses. Is it high scoring? I mean, these are two strong defenses.
Nah, I'd say probably 20-17 or 23-17, something like that. I think one team goes under 20. I don't see any team going 30.
Okay. I see 14-17 in this game. Okay. Good enough, man. And it should be Sunday Night Football. I'll never let
Let's
that
petition it.
Hey, we should.
Niner fans. Let's get together. Steelers and Niner fans. You know, we got two really big fan bases. Let's come together, man. Let's come together for this.
And New York, New Jersey fans and Cowboy fans, you petition too, because you know you don't need to be in that spot. You know you don't. You know it's gonna be a big letdown. And all eyes on your guys' game, and everybody's gonna be let down, and you know it. Okay, just have them switch it. You guys be the early game. Let it be just kind of lost in there, and nobody really saw what happened, all your mishaps and everything, because you know it's not gonna be a good one. Okay, save yourself the embarrassment. But with that, there we go, man. Pick 6. Anything else, man, before we wrap it up? That's what it's all for. That's what it's all for, right
Actually,
there.
I do have an announcement to make. So last year we didn't really cover on the regular season too much as far as our records. This year, here's what we're gonna do. This year, for this, made by a professional, with a company known to make crowns. I decided that whoever has the better record in the regular season gets a free win in the postseason. And I get what I get what you're thinking here. That's not really a big deal. Maybe not to you, but last year was decided off of one game.
Okay.
So I mean, I feel like unless you want a 2, which is kind of
no, it's fine. Yeah, let's do it.
I think they get a freebie. I think they get 1-0 right off the bat for the postseason.
Okay, let's do it.
But for right now, this is all me. This is all me, boy. And I'm ready to defend this title. Okay?
Oh, man. Pick 6. We'll catch you guys on next one. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.